What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you a review of the Kith, Marvel and Asics collaboration on this GT-2160 Green Goblin. So this is the third of 5 pairs of sneakers that released in collaboration between Kith, Marvel and Asics as part of the Kith and Marvel Villains pack. So this pack consisted of 5 different sneakers and a bunch of apparel and accessories like this t-shirt I'm wearing right now. And this whole collection released back in August. For these shoes though, these retailed for a price of $175 US or $238 here in Canada. And this pair celebrates one of Spider-Man's most iconic villains, the Green Goblin. So the Asics GT-2160 is one of the brand's most popular lifestyle silhouettes right now. Originally released as a performance running shoe, nowadays it's pretty much exclusively worn as a casual shoe. And what I love about the GT-2160 is that there's so many different panels on this shoe, so many areas where they can play with the design to make it really resonate with the character from the comics. And I'm gonna say this right now, I think this Green Goblin pair might be the most underrated pair of the 5-pair collection. So first things first, here's a quick look at the packaging. So first off, the box itself comes with this outer sleeve, which has Marvel and Kith co-branding on it, so you can see Marvel villains on the front. And we have an image of the Silver Surfer and Magneto. And then on this side, we have an image of the Green Goblin. And then on the back, we have Spider-Man and Venom. So these 5 characters are the design inspiration for the 5 pairs of shoes. And then here's a look at the box itself. So again, we feature the same 5 characters, this time in color. We have Marvel, Asics, and Kith co-branding. And then same thing on the sides of the box here as well. And if you're familiar with Kith's previous collaboration with Marvel for the X-Men pack, those shoes were sold in blind box style, so you basically didn't know what shoe you were going to get. For this pair though, I think they fixed it, they did it the right way. You knew what shoe you were going to get, but in case within each box there's a special edition comic, and the comics depending on the cover have different rarities to them. So the most common was the Doctor Doom or group cover one, and then there was a blue cover which was character specific. That one didn't come in a PSA slab, but then the rest of the colors which were even more limited, those ones were authenticated by PSA and delivered in a slab. So if you guys watch my reviews of the Spider-Man pair and the Silver Surfer pair, I got unlucky for both of those, but good news for the Green Goblin, I ended up getting a PSA version. So this one is the green variant cover, and while it's not the most rare of the bunch, I think this is actually the 3rd or 4th most common of the group. I think it goes Doctor Doom, and then there's the blue character specific cover, and then next to that is the green. So this is basically the 3rd most common cover that you can get, but I think the odds of pulling this was still only about 3%, which is really, really rare. So you can see here, it's PSA authenticated, and on the back, it has Marvel and Kith branding. As for the shoe itself, jumping right into the details, on the toe box, this is covered in this gradient style mesh. So on the toe box area, this is done in the sail or off-white color, and then on the medial edge of the toe box, we have this green colored reflective panel. Surrounding the front toe cap, we have a synthetic tumbled silver leather with black colored detailing, and then on the sides of the toe box, we have this textured synthetic leather, which has this faux snakeskin pattern to it. Covering the eyelets, we have a mix of that black colored snakeskin and synthetic gray tumbled leather, and we have a little bit of purple accents found on the black panel. Underneath this, we have your signature Asics stripes. This is done in a mix of green and silver. And then underneath this, you can see how the mesh is transitioning from the sail color to more of a green shade on the back. Covering the heel of the sneaker, we have this neon green synthetic overlay with GT-2160 branding on the lateral side. On the heel, the mesh here is more of a deeper green, and then covering the bottom of the heel, we have more of that synthetic silver colored leather. In the middle, we have this puffy or 3D overlay with the Marvel logo on the left foot and Ronnie Feig's last name on the right foot. And then on the top of the heel, we have another silver reflective layer here as well. As far as the laces go, so every pair in this collection comes with 4 different lace options. The standard lace that they come with are these oval shaped laces done in this off-white color, but if you're not feeling these laces, they also come with a pure white colored lace and a darker green colored oval shaped lace, and then the last option is a thicker rope style black lace with neon green colored accents found throughout. The mesh of the tongue is also done in this gradient style. We have this darker green hit towards the top, and this semicircle overlay on the very top of the tongue, which features Kith branding on the right foot and Asics branding on the left foot. The interior of the shoe and the back of the tongue, this is covered in a black colored mesh. And then for the insoles, these come with your typical foam lined insoles, but printed on the top we have a graphic of the Green Goblin, and we have Asics and Kith co-branding stitched onto the heel. So the upper of the GT-2160 sits atop this EVA foam midsole, which is painted in the sail or off-white color. We also have Asics gel technology, which is visible on the lateral and back of the heel, so this purple colored gel helps with impact protection and shock absorption. And then for the outsole, this is your standard GT-2160 outsole, and in this case it's done in a mix of black and purple colored rubber. And right in the center we have a green colored TPU shank plate, and this is there to help with torsional rigidity and midfoot support. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this shoe. And for those wondering about how these fit, to me these fit like any other GT-2160, so I personally go true to size. My foot measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and I go with a size 10 in the GT-2160, and it fits me very nicely in a slightly snug but comfortable way. So I feel like if you have a narrow, normal, or even a slightly wide foot, go true to size and it should fit you fine. But if you have a wider foot and you don't like a snug fit, you'd probably be better off going up a half size. Moving on to the comfort of this shoe. So the GT-2160, I find it to be very comfortable, but keep in mind, it's a shoe that feels a bit more firm on foot. So I've mentioned this in past videos, but if you look at comfort from a spectrum, on one end of the spectrum you have very soft cushioning, whereas on the other side you have very firm but supportive. So the GT-2160 is definitely more on the firmer side, but it's not to the point where it's uncomfortable. There's still a little bit of softness underfoot, but generally speaking, I feel quite a bit of support underfoot. So if you're looking for a shoe that feels like you're walking on pillows, this is not going to be it. But in my experience, standing around in these for hours and hours, they actually keep my feet feeling fresh longer. But it's all personal preference at the end of the day, so if at all possible, try on like a general release colorway at a store if you can, just to get a sense of how these feel underfoot, because it might not be for everyone. Finally, in terms of the quality and craftsmanship, so first off, material quality was really nothing special. This is your typical GT-2160, so usually they use synthetic materials, considering this is more of that 2010s era running shoe vibe and design. There's nothing exceptional about the material quality, but I thought the build of the shoe was pretty flawless. The stitch job was good, the panels were stitched on and sized correctly between my left and right feet, and there were really no issues that I can complain about for this release. So with all that out of the way now, let's toss these on feet, I'll lace them up, and I'll show you guys how these look. Like I said in the beginning, I think that this Green Goblin pair might be the most underrated of the pack. I think they translated the look of the character very effectively on this pair, but at the same time, it's still a pretty wearable colorway. The purple accents on the shoe are still pretty subtle, so for the most part, this is more of just a green and cream colored sneaker, which I think works from a colorway and style perspective in today's specific era. And while this isn't necessarily as comfortable as like a Gel Kayano 14, the GT-2160 is still one of my favorite models right now. It's just a very reliable but comfortable sneaker that's obviously sold for a lower price point than the Kayanos. So leave your thoughts down below, let me know what do you guys think about this Green Goblin, Asics, Kith, and Marvel GT-2160. For anyone watching, did you also pick up a pair of these? Did you take an L or pass on them? Leave your thoughts down below. And as usual, if you guys enjoyed this review, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, check me out on X at sean.go spelled out, and visit my website at seango.ca. So thank you everyone for watching, hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll catch all of you in my next video.